Imagine a quiet mountain town where the rain never truly washes things away. A mysterious red bridge that locals avoid after every storm. And a group of friends whose curiosity leads them to witness something that should have stayed hidden beneath the river's surface. This is a story about the danger of looking too closely and the haunting that follows when the river looks back.
There's a small countryside town, surrounded by mountains and rivers, known for its breathtaking views and quiet hot springs. On the surface, it's peaceful, almost too peaceful. But beneath that calm lies a local legend that parents whisper to their children, never go near the Red Bridge after the rain. I never believed in those kinds of stories. I thought they were just meant to scare kids away from dangerous places. But one summer evening, I learned the hard way that some warnings exist for a reason. It started after a week of constant rain. The kind that makes the air heavy and fills every gutter until water spills over the streets. The local river swelled with brown, rushing water, dragging branches and debris toward the old Red Bridge, a wooden structure that had been standing since before my grandparents were born. When the rain finally stopped, the air felt fresh, almost clean. My friends and I, bored from being trapped inside for days, decided to go check out the river. There were 4 of us, me, Rio, Takumi, and Kana. We were all high school students, restless and stupidly brave. The closer we got to the river, the stronger the smell of wet earth and moss became. The water was still moving fast, churning with leftover rain. The Red Bridge stood in the distance, partially submerged on one side. It looked fragile, like it might collapse at any moment. Takumi was the first to notice it. "Hey, do you see that?" he asked, pointing toward one of the bridge's support beams. Something dark was tangled there, something that looked like cloth or maybe hair. It was hard to tell from far away. Kana thought it was just debris, but Rio, always the curious one, pulled out his smartphone to zoom in. The screen was grainy, the image distorted by the damp air. But as he adjusted the focus, we saw it clearly, a figure hanging upside down from the beam. It wasn't debris. It was a person. Their clothes were soaked, and their hair hung like seaweed, covering most of their face. But the worst part, the part that still makes my stomach twist, was how their body swayed against the current, as if something unseen was gently pulling them back and forth. Kana screamed, and Rio dropped his phone in the mud. We all backed away, hearts pounding. But when I looked up again, the figure was gone. Completely gone. The beam was empty, and the river flowed as if nothing had been there. We ran. None of us said a word until we were halfway back to town. That night, I couldn't sleep. The image of that figure kept flashing in my mind, the soaked clothes, the swaying body, the feeling that it knew we were watching. The next morning, the town was buzzing. Word spread that a fisherman had found a body downstream, near the dam. It was a woman in her 40s who had gone missing during the flood. They said she drowned when her car was swept into the river. I didn't tell anyone what we saw. None of us did. But things didn't end there. A few days later, Rio texted me. He said strange things were happening with his phone. When he opened his camera roll, the photo he took of the bridge wasn't empty. It showed the woman again, still hanging there, still upside down, but now her face was turned toward the camera. Her eyes were open. I told him to delete it, but he said every time he tried, the image reappeared. Then, on the 4th day, he stopped coming to school. His mother said he developed a fever that wouldn't go down. Takumi and Kana both swore they heard tapping on their windows at night. Slow, rhythmic tapping, as if someone were knocking underwater. I laughed it off at first, trying to convince myself it was paranoia. But then, one night, I heard it too. Loss. 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 I froze in my bed, the sound echoing through the quiet house. When I gathered enough courage to peek out my window, there was nothing there, just the reflection of the red bridge in the distance, lit faintly by the moon. I thought it was over, until I walked past the river again one evening on my way home. The water had gone back to normal, and everything looked peaceful. But when I looked at the bridge, I saw something that made my blood run cold. There was a new shape tangled on the beam. A fresh one. Hanging just like before. I turned to run, but my phone buzzed in my pocket. When I looked, it was a message from an unknown number. No name, no profile picture. Just a photo of me. Standing on the riverbank, looking at the bridge.
Whoa, are you still here? Not hidden under the blanket yet? Then hit that like button and share this video with a friend who swears they're not scared until they hear this part. Every click keeps Dark Hour Diaries alive, bringing ye terrifying true stories, disturbing encounters, and chillin' mysteries. Ye know, the stuff that keeps ye sleeping with the lights on. Now, back to the nightmare.
And in the photo, right behind me, was the woman's face, wet hair clinging to her cheeks, eyes wide open. I deleted the message immediately, but when I opened my camera roll later that night, the image was there again. Saved automatically. Sometimes, when it rains, I still get messages like that. Different photos. Different angles. Always near water. Always with her somewhere in the background. The locals still warn children, don't go near the Red Bridge after the rain. But no one ever says why. Maybe it's because the ones who find out never get the chance to tell anyone else.
Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves a good scare. Every tap and share helps us bring ye more terrifying true stories, disturbing encounters, and chillin' mysteries. Tales designed to keep ye up at night. This is Dark Hour Diaries, where your nightmares find a voice. Arr!